Hi, welcome to Social Research Insights. The mission of Social Research Insights is to promote open source software for both academic and corporate research needs. In this video cast, I'm going to explain some certain very basic commands that are used in order to manage the stuff in Hadoop Distributed File Systems. I installed Hadoop 2.7.2 shortly 2.7 in Ubuntu 16.04, which is the latest distribution, Ubuntu Linux distribution. As I said, in this video cast, I'm going to explain you the way of managing the stuff between the local file system and Hadoop distributed file system. So first let me explain you what is this local file system and Hadoop distributed file system. When we the entire idea of Hadoop is to manage the data resources spread across some certain cluster, just like we have a node here and another node here, another node here, and these are all the workstations, like workstation 1, workstation 2, workstation 3, workstation 4, something like that. And we have and Hadoop try to create a common file system which is known as Hadoop Distributed File System. This is actually the arrangement of pulling the data from the nodes and making it available for all the rest of the nodes. So by that way, if anybody has some data in their work nodes or workstations, they can just simply export the data to the Hadoop distributed file system, and from there rest of the nodes can pull the data and use it for this is what is called the distributed computing. Distributed computing. The idea of distributed computing and parallel process, not exactly parallel processing, but we can call it the distributed computing, where the data sources are shared across a particular cluster by the nodes that are well connected within that cluster or into that cluster. So now basically we have our local file system. We have a local file system in which we have some certain data, and this data can be anything, like we may be having some media files, maybe some office productivity stuff, just like a Word file, Excel file, or some database like .sql or whatever it is. Let's take just for example, let's imagine that we have some text file in the local file system, and after installing the Hadoop, we'll be having HDFS, and this is the Hadoop distributed file system. We can simply call it as FS, because in Hadoop we just have to use this the parameter FS along with Hadoop command in order to pull the data from the local. So in this case, we have, let us imagine that we have a text file in local file system, and it is possible in Hadoop to pull this data to the HDFS from where this data is shared across the nodes or workstations. So for this we have a beautiful command that is ls. So ls is not actually the new command. This is used by any typical Linux user in any Linux distribution. So ls is used in order to inquire the user created stuff or the stuff which is kept in a particular folder, or maybe in the partition. So it will list out all the files that are kept in a particular place. The same ls is also available through a command called Hadoop FS file system ls, and the forward slash. So this forward slash is very important. This denotes the HDFS root file system. So this is actually, it is not possible for us to see what is there in the HDFS root file system with merely with the help of ls. So we have to use this ls coupled with parameter fs through a command Hadoop. So this we are going to see through the terminal. Already started my DFS with start DFS sh. So now with this command we can start the DFS daemon, HDFS daemon. So once we start, then after that we can straight away go for Hadoop fs ls list in HDFS root file system. So now it will execute. See, I have 4 directories, and I don't know, I am yet to know what is there within this directory. Now let me use the same statement in order to inquire what is there in a particular directory. If I want to do that, use the same command Hadoop fs ls root from root dir1. So now it will execute this command and will let us know that there is a text called data.txt. So I don't know what is there in that txt. I just kept this file in my previous task intendedly to show you that there exists some file in Hadoop HDFS HD file system. So now so this way we can just execute this ls. The same ls function, when we execute in normal mode, it will try to list out the files that are kept in the present working directory. So I'm right now in home HD user. That is my path of the workplace, and where I have 4 files: data1.txt, data.txt, examples desktop, and text.txt. There are 4. This is just a normal command usually we use in Linux in order to know the list of files in a given folder. The folder is HD user in this case. The same ls command we can use coupled with an argument fs, parameter fs, together with a command Hadoop with a dash and forward slash. As I said, forward slash is very important. If we neglect this forward slash, it will return an error. So which means it cannot understand where I exactly. But at certain sources online, it was explained that we can use without forward slash, but it is not working for me. So it is better to I use this root so that Hadoop understands that this guy would like to see what is existing in root file system, and the file system is HDFS. Okay, thank you. In my next video I'm going to explain how to create files, directories, files, and transfer the files from one directory to the other directory. Stay tuned, and if you like this video, please click the like and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can write to the academy at freeindia.in for training. Thank you.